Hello everybody. Um, I believe this is one of the most important video that I ever made it so far. It's one of those videos that when you've been so much awakened and so much went through a lot of stuff, when you went through all this BS, when you went through everything pretty much that you can get to it, you came to this point that you finally understand why did you do all this stuff for. And I was you. You've been watching my videos for a while. You see me from where I was, what I've been to, where I am right now, and you can see my path of evolution. For you, my path of evolution may look like a downfall, but you need to understand everything it is about you to evolve, you to get your experiences, so you can understand what's going on in your life. If you don't experience it, then guess what? You will not really understand this situation, this part, the way it is. This video is about the final stage of the ego. It is about you finally to realize, to understand, and the most important, to see with your own eyes what your ego is. And when you find what your ego is, then you will understand that whatever you did to this point of life, it was about this point. You to understand that you put yourself limitations, and those limitations are your ego. And when you start looking at more deep inside of it, you start laughing of how everything was more simple, but you didn't know how simple that was. And everything seems funny right now to me, because I laughed on it when I found out, because I was like, wow, well, that was a simple. It wasn't simple, because you can't get to this point if you don't go through that ups and downs, left and right. And I will tell you what the final stage of the ego is. The final stage of the ego is when you create this inner part inside of you, like for instance your name, and you put this inner box or boxes inside of you, and you say, I can tolerate this, but I cannot tolerate that. I can accept this, but I cannot accept that. So you say, I will love this, but I will not love that. I will hate this, but I will not hate that. And so on and so on and so on. So you set up parameters. Parameters on which you to operate. And those parameters are your ego. The way you proceed in life. And when you understand that in order you to evolve, you have to break this eggshell that you are of these limitations. Because those limitations tells you at the beginning, if you become as awakened, It's like they tell you, well, you're awakened now. You can go ahead and learn spirituality. And this is how the soul breaks your limits. Then when you become of that part, then you find yourself on a path of a soulmate, over the path of the soulmate. Okay, you get into the path of twin flames, and when the twin flame comes in, it breaks another limitations inside of you. You are married, but you love somebody else, and that love is in the soul. So here is, it breaks another box. The soul breaks those boxes of parameters that you make, those limitations of you. Those limitations, it's like, can you love a woman that she lives 7,000 miles away from you? And can you go to a country that you've never been in and don't know nobody? See, limitations. And when you break those limitations piece by piece over the time, the next time you start looking at for your limitations and you see that there are only a few of them left, there is only a few limitations that you hadn't crossed over. And for all those people who actually they know me about a twin flames, I will tell you one very important part now. You need to break the limitations of yourself about your twin flame in order to be with your twin flame. If you put the limitations of if they only be like this, then I will accept them. See, you have starting point and end point. If, then I. When they understand, they will wake up. Here it's another box that you put the ego. That's what it's using for. You set up those limitations. And when you set up those limitations, you set up those limitations for yourself. And if those limitations are not met, guess what? You're not getting anything. And this is the part that you need to understand, that if you need to get what you need to get, you have to break all your parameters, your limitations. Simply because you already have parameters set up. You already have limitations set up. And they were set up by the universe. When you trust, when you surrender, when you let it go, 100% those parameters become active. And when they become active, everything that you are asking for all of a sudden will start coming into you. And when it start coming into you, it's going to be like, what kind of magic is this? And this is the magic. Simply, I let my ego to die and dissolve in me, so I can allow my soul to live and evolve in me. And that's the part that you remove completely. You dissolve completely parameters that you set up. One of the parameters, it's like only this is my twin flame. Another parameter is I can love only that person, and it was very hard for me to break that parameter. And for a lot of you who understand that in order your soul to evolve, and you have to really surrender to the universe, that part. Simply because if you hold on to a pain, you hold on to suffering. And if you hold on to pain and suffering, what you attract by the law of attraction, you attract pain and suffering. And it has to take you years of inner work you to understand that you've been attracting the wrong thing. You've been attracting the pain and the grief simply because of your way that your ego set up limitations. Okay? And the ego using those limitations inside of you to control you, to steer you. And for instance, you can have limitations like I will love this person if they're pretty. I will love this person if he's rich. I will love this person if something, limitation, some kind of limits that it has to fit into your own box. In that box where the ego just moves and shifts and controls you and creates you angry. And what happens is the more and more boxes you break inside of you, the more and more limitations break inside of you, the more this huge ego start breaking it up apart, and you will feel like something dies in you. What if that dies in you is that one of your boxes, you broke your limitations. A lot of the people, they contact me and they're like, Dio, would you explain that to me? Why do I feel like I'm dying? You're dying because the ego dissolves. The ego dies. It's dissolved inside of you. And this is the part when you don't put your own personal agenda anymore. You kind of like, what happened to that part of me? Where did I leave that part inside of me? It's gone. It's dissolved. Simply because the soul wants to live and the soul wants to evolve. And there's gonna be that day that you're gonna be decide that you don't want to suffer anymore. There's gonna be that day when you are so much spiritually awakened that you don't want to have the pain. You don't want to have the suffering. You don't want to, you had enough. And you let it go of those final parts of your own desires. You let them go. Not give up. Let them go. And you let yourself within the universe. And when you let yourself within the universe start brings what it's actually for you. Little by little by little. One magic at a time. And then you will understand that whatever you did until this point, it really worth it. It really worth it for you. And that is the part of Age of Aquarius, to understand that your personal evolution affects the community. You have to personally evolve in order the community to evolve. Okay, it's not only just so you can make words or you can do things. So it. And your ego is gonna be comes out. And when it comes out, then you're gonna be start accepting the things that the universe just brings it to you. Okay. You have this person, good. You're right there, good. You change your job, good. Okay. I don't want to say really what happened in the past 4 or 5 weeks in my life, but everything's been lined up. And so far, so good. I trust the universe to bring and to do the changes inside of me for good. I see the positive movement in my life with the moment I decide to let it go of my own desires. I let it go of that ego, let it go of the pain that I was holding on to it. Simply because if I have to help you, you to get out of the pain, you to get off of the suffering, I have to get off first. I won't be able to help you if I don't help myself. And we need to stop throughout the community, throughout the Twin Flames community, throughout the spirituality community, that anytime comes into a pain, to a suffering, this part of evolution has to be shifted to love and to embrace the energy of love, because what we transmute and what we have, we attract. And when we put more love, more compassion, and more soul inside of us, the more we evolve. And the more we evolve, we actually transmute all this to everybody around us. And this is how Age of Aquarius works. You personally, your own person is who you are. You do your inner work, you show how it's done, and the others go after you. But they have to do it again by themselves, and then they do it to others. It's not something new. This is how spirituality works. This is how all the religions they work. Simply because there is a teaching telling you you have to do inner work. You do inner work, you reprogram yourself, and then after this program you belong to this part, to this box. Okay? Compared to what the Age of Aquarius is telling you, screw the box. You're not box, you're soul. The box has limits. Look at your limitations. Those are your pains, those are your sorrows, those are your suffering, those are your longing. The soul has no limits. Specifically in love. When the soul is in love, there is no limits in there. And that is the part that I'm trying to bring to a lot of people, is that they need to stop suffering, stop longing, stop being in pain, and start focus on themselves to find the love, to find everything that's going on in their life. And then the magic will begin. You don't know what magic will be. How about if the magic will be the best you ever imagined? Okay? How about the magic will be beautiful? But you don't know that, right? Simply because you put your boxes. Simply because you put your limitations. Your own limitations. Your own limitations, they're your own. You don't have to look at me, my own limitations, or somebody else's limitations. Go look at your limitations. Your soul knows it. Your soul leads you on a path to break those limitations, to remove them. And then you will find what it's mean to be free. You to completely allow the universe works in you. And then it's going to be no more suffering, no more pain, no more crying. You will have the understanding, and you will have the experience, and you will have the love that they're gonna guide you, and you're gonna be have a very, very peaceful, happy life. It may be not the happiness you imagine, but it's the happiness the universe has for you. And whatever your dream was, you have no idea what the universe has a dream for you. Because the universe can adjust within hours. And I experienced that. And I have a new job on it. And I would just want a little bit of shares about this. How powerful the universe is. So something happened at my current job. Things didn't well. Okay. All of a sudden I had a phone call. Hey Dio, there is the phone call. The company likes me. They offered me more money. They offer me a better benefits. And they offer something else. They offer me that they appreciate me. So they bump the offer with the money a little bit more without me asking for it. I just received it. But that, it's the universe makes this. And if you believe on these parts, if you see in these parts, if you experiencing those parts, you will understand that it's when you remove your boxes, your limitations, you're allowed to receive what it's meant to you, for you, from the universe. And I hope that is love. Be love.